Mary Stewart, Countess of Arran, was the elder daughter of James II of Scotland and Mary of Guelders. Her brother was James III of Scotland. She married twice, firstly to Thomas Boyd, 1st Earl of Arran, secondly to James Hamilton, 1st Lord Hamilton. It was through her children by her second husband that the Hamilton Earls of Arran and Stewart Lennoxes derived their claim to the Kingdom of Scotland family. Mary was born at Stirling Castle on 13 May 1453, the eldest daughter of James II of Scotland and Mary of Guelders. She had 5 siblings, including James III, who ascended the Scottish throne in 1460 upon the father's accidental death by an exploding cannon. Mary's mother died in 1463, leaving her an orphan at the age of 10. Marriages and issue. Mary was married to her first husband Thomas Boyd before the 26th of April 1467 when she was almost 14 years old. The Isle of Arran was given as her dowry. Thomas Boyd was subsequently created Earl of Arran. Law Castle in Ayrshire was built for the couple. In 1469, Tommy was sent to escort King James's future consort, Princess Margaret, from Denmark to Scotland. During his absence, the king became alienated from Thomas by the enemies of the Boyd clan, who brought false charges of treason against Thomas and his brother, Alexander. Mary, upon hearing that Thomas was to be summoned before the king and Parliament to answer the charges, immediately went to the harbour of Leith to forewarn her husband when his ship docked in July. Mary and Thomas promptly sailed to Denmark. On the 22nd of November 1469 he was attainted, and his title, honours, and estates forfeited to the crown. She later returned to Scotland in an attempt to have her husband cleared of all charges laid against him. Upon her arrival in Scotland, King James detained her in custody in Dean Castle at Kilmarnock until her marriage was annulled. Mary's marriage to Thomas was declared void in 1473. Thomas and Mary together had 2 children. Margaret Boyd married firstly Alexander Forbes, 4th Lord Forbes, secondly Sir David Kennedy, 1st Earl of Cassilis. By her marriage to Sir David Kennedy, she had no descendants. James Boyd, 2nd Lord Boyd of Kilmarnock. In early 1474, Mary married secondly as his second wife, James Hamilton, 1st Lord Hamilton, who was almost 40 years her senior. They received a papal dispensation on the 26th of April 1476, thus legitimizing the 2 children already born to them. Together James and Mary had 3 children. James Hamilton, 1st Earl of Arran, married firstly in 1490 Elizabeth Home, by whom he had 2 daughters. He divorced Elizabeth in 1504. He married secondly in 1516 Janet Bethune, daughter of Sir David Bethune, 1st of Creek and Janet Dudlingston, by whom he had 3 children including his heir, James Hamilton, Duke of Chatelherault, 2nd Earl of Arran, heir presumptive to the Kingdom of Scotland, Regent of Scotland. Hon. Elizabeth Hamilton married the 9th of April 1494 Matthew Stewart, 2nd Earl of Lennox, by whom she had issue. The Lennox Stewarts, of whom Henry Stewart, Lord Darnley, the second husband of Mary, Queen of Scots, was the most notable, derived their claim to the Scottish throne from Elizabeth's son John Stewart, 3rd Earl of Lennox. Robert Hamilton, Seigneur d'Aubigny. He was born in Broddick Castle, Hamilton, Torrens, Lanarkshire, Scotland. He died in 1543 in Torrens, Lanarkshire, Scotland, when he was 66 years old. According to some records, he married Campbell, the daughter of Campbell of Gloucester, or Gloucester, the niece of the Sheriff of Ayr. They had at least 2 children, Janet Hamilton, born in 1500, who wed Alexander Burnet, 4th Baron and Amp, 9th Laird of Leys, and Matthew Hamilton, born in 1512, who wed John Muirhead of Torrance. Mary's son by her first husband Thomas James Boyd, 2nd Lord Boyd of Kilmarnock, was killed at the age of 15 by Lord Montgomery, which ignited a feud that lasted for over 70 years. Margaret, her daughter by Thomas, lived to the age of 48. Although she was married twice, neither marriage produced children. Mary died in 1488 at the age of 35. Due to the proximity to the throne, Mary's descendants, the Hamiltons of Arran and the Stewart Lennoxes, would obtain considerable power, and play conspicuous roles in 16th-century Scottish politics, especially affecting the life and reign of Mary, Queen of Scots, the great-granddaughter of her brother, James III. Ancestors